Hello and welcome here to the Madison Square Garden for today's game, matching up the Toronto Maple Leafs and the New York Rangers in opening day Stanley Cup playoff action. Now we'll get to you right away. The injury report: Carl Gunnarsson has a foot injury but will be playing tonight, and Dominic Moore is out for the first round with concussion. Also, Jonathan Bernier will be back tonight in his first game since suffering his fractured collarbone in early April. And so here we go. Bernier versus Lundqvist is going to be battle of the goalies. Bernier will have to get some of the rust off early in this game if the Leafs are going to have any shot in this one. But here we go. Both first lines coming out. And the opening draw for the 2014 Stanley Cup playoffs has been taken, and Bozak wins the draw. Carl Gunnarsson skating up and takes a slap shot into the zone. Lundqvist back to get it, misses. And now Mark Stahl up to Stepan and back to McDonough, over to Nash. Rick Nash cross ice to Martin St. Louis. And St. Louis has space. Goes to take a shot, but that's deflected away. Now Stahl gets it. St. Louis down low, gets blocked. Tyler Bozak behind the net, passes up to Phil the Thrill Kessel. Kessel tries to go over to Van Riemsdyk, but that pass does not make its way through. Now Rick Nash up to Derek Stepan. Stepan tries to pass it to St. Louis, but that pass is intercepted. Now David Clarkson cross ice to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk takes a shot, and that's blocked. And now there will be an early penalty in this game. It's going to be to David Clarkson for goaltender interference. If you saw there at the top of the screen, right here on the replay, David Clarkson trying to get in the head of Lundqvist early. Bumped into him a little too hard, and that's going to be 2 minutes for goaltender interference. And the Leafs are already on the penalty kill. McClement to take the draw and loses it. Bernier will cover up and will take this again. Always nice to get that first shot out of the way, especially for Bernier being out for so long. He's been out a good 4 or 5 weeks now. But now McClement loses the draw again, and Zuccarello takes a quick shot, but now Gardner will dump straight away. Lundqvist to play the puck, passes to Girardi, and a quick pass up to Carl Hagelin. The Swede tucks in, takes a shot, and that's wide. Now Zuccarello back to the point, and that puck pops over the stick of Dan Girardi. Girardi passes across ice to Hagelin, who gets destroyed, but gets it down deep. Now Gardner tries to pass up to Boland, eventually gets there, and Boland will now dump. 50 seconds left in this power play for the Rangers. Stralman over to Girardi, and now up. Now Zuccarello, who takes a low shot, and that's easily stopped by Bernier, and he will cover up. Bernier hasn't really been tested so far. Hasn't really been grimacing in pain at all, which is always a good sign coming off of a severe injury like a broken collarbone, like Bernier is. But now Bozak and Van Riemsdyk will come out to likely try to kill the rest of this power play. Stepan wins the draw. Back to McDonough, takes a shot. Rebounded, and a nice stop by Bernier, and it goes over the glass. A very nice stop. But Kessel, in the last 5 games of the regular season, had points. We'll see if he can continue that streak today. But now Bozak to take the draw. Wins it. Van Riemsdyk gets the puck. Now Van Riemsdyk will go on the short-handed opportunity. Van Riemsdyk cuts outside. Goes over to Bozak and loses the puck. Rick Nash with the power play now ended. McDonough back up to Nash. Stopping. Over to St. Louis and back to Rick Nash. Nash. Low shot on goal, that's stopped. Rebound, scores! Rick Nash, a little play that seemed to be nothing turns into a goal as Bernier unable to control the simple rebound. Rick Nash from St. Louis and McDonough, but a little shot on net. That should have been easily stopped, which it was. But for some reason, Bernier, instead of swatting away the rebound, leaves it set and right in front of the net. And Rick Nash easily sauced that one home. And it's already 1-0. Nash from St. Louis and McDonough. Now 12 minutes left in the first. Zuccarello, the Norwegian, goes across ice to Kevin Klein, his defenseman, and Klein dumps. Morgan Riley back to get the puck, tries to kick it over to Gardner, but that was off the mark. But now Nazem Kadri tries to cut in, but that is stolen by Carl Hagelin. And Hagelin will now dump. Morgan Riley back to get the puck. Circling around his net. Passes up, but that's intercepted. But now Gardner up to Lupul. Lupul gets hit and loses the puck. Brad Richards with space. Goes cross-ice and that's another goal! Matt Zuccarello and Jonathan Bernier is not pleased. And some defensive miscue leads to the second goal. And not long after the first one, that one, not sure what Morgan Riley was attempting to do there. Tried to stop the pass, barely missed, and Bernier really should have stopped that one. Barely snuck up on him, and the Leafs are already down 2-0. Bowman loses the draw, and Merck stall. Leafs have got to get some momentum going in this first. And now that's a check from behind. And the Rangers are lucky it's not 5. It'll only be 2. Rick Nash is going to be sent off. 2 minutes for boarding, I believe they call is. But really, that should have been 5 in a game, in my opinion. That was a charging, boarding, check from behind, all that. But now the Leafs power play will come out. And Kadri loses the draw. Girardi around to McDonough, who now dumps. Phaneuf back to get the puck. Phaneuf passes up to Phil Kessel. Kessel up to Kadri. Nazem Kadri takes a shot, and that's stopped by Lundqvist. Now McDonough being pressured. Kadri with the puck. Kadri still with the puck, and now Girardi will now dump. Gardner retreats to get the puck with 1 minute left in this power play. Overruns it, and now gets it. Van Riemsdyk. James Van Riemsdyk coming up the right-hand side. Stops. Takes a shot, scores! Oh, wow, what a shot! The first power play of the playoffs results in a goal for the Leafs. And what a goal that was. James Van Riemsdyk rips out one top corner. Jake Gardner on the assist. But holy Mackinac, what a shot! A rocket of a wrist shot. Stops and top corner, Lundqvist unable to get the glove to it, and James Van Riemsdyk cuts the lead in half with 6:13 left. A power play goal, Van Riemsdyk from Gardner, and that's the momentum that we were just talking about that the Leafs need. Mason Raymond back to get the puck, unable to get it. Now the Rangers below the net. Brian Boyle, I believe that is. Cross ice to Pouliot, who stopped. An awkward angle for Bernier, and they stop there. Derek Brassard, looking for a man in front. Gets hit, and Pouliot stopped point blank. What a stop from Bernier. Pouliot looking for a man in front, and that's the pass in front is deflected by Tim Gleason. Now Boland on the counterattack. Dave Boland tries to take a slap shot and is unable to get it away. Now Kreider back to John Moore. Back to Kreider. Back to Moore. Now back to Kreider, who goes back to Moore. Will we have it again? No, this time Moore goes up to Brassard. And now John Moore with the puck again. And a huge hit from Carl Gunnarsson on John Moore. And Phaneuf lays the body now. But now Phil the throw Kessel with 15 seconds left. Will he be able to get a shot away? Phil Kessel, rebound! Oh, stopped by Lundqvist. I thought the rebound could have been buried by JVR cutting into the middle there, but was unable to do so. And with 4.6 seconds left, this will likely be the end of the period. Bobbling in front, and I thought Van Riemsdyk could have maybe swatted at the puck, maybe buried that one. But the Rangers have definitely dominated this period with 12 shots in comparison to the Leafs 3. And that is the end of the first in this Stanley Cup playoff action opening night. Leafs back-to-back playoff appearances after going absent for 9 years. And now we'll see what they can do in the second, as they are still down by 1, being dominated by the Rangers. Bernier's been playing decently. Collarbone hasn't been an issue yet, but going into the second, it is 2-1 Rangers. Hello and welcome back here to the second of today's opening night playoff action. Rangers are up 2-1. Bernier's collarbone has been okay. He's still in the game. No issues so far, but has had a couple weak ones slip past him, especially that first one. But now Van Riemsdyk along the sideboards gets stolen by Martin St. Louis. And now Rick Nash coming up the side gets hit. And now Phil Kessel up to Van Riemsdyk, and that's off the mark and will be icing as Mark Stahl touches up. Defensive zone face-off early on in the period for the Leafs off of the icing. And Van Riemsdyk gets the puck up to Kessel off of the win. Kessel cutting inside, cutting outside, still has the puck and shoots wide. Don't see that too often now. Gunnarsson dekes around and it takes a shot, and that's what a stop. And now that's a check from behind, and that's gonna be 5. 5 in a game for Carl Gunnarsson on almost a carbon copy of what happened on the Rick Nash play, except Gunnarsson glided into his man, and I'm not sure about that one. If the Rick Nash penalty from earlier on in this game was only 2 minutes, that one should have been 2 as well. The Leafs, in my opinion, get screwed over there. A 5 in a game to Gunnarsson. I'm not saying that it shouldn't have been a 5 in a game. It should have, but Rick Nash's play should have as well, as Rick Nash gets hit. But now Clarkson up to McClement, who now dumps. But that's atrocious. You can't call that. You cannot call that a 5 in a game when the same thing, only worse, happened earlier in the game, and you called it 2 minutes. Like, you can't do that. Puck in front, step on to St. Louis, shot blocked by his own man, and a low shot on goal, rebound, and that's stopped by Bernier, and now Phaneuf dumps. But the Leafs cannot get this, have this go to their head, and have this in the back of their head, while playing. They can't have the thoughts of what happened with Gunnarsson, or even there being potentially refs trying to screw the Leafs over or anything. But now Clarkson dumps, only gets as far as Mark Stahl, but it did go out of the zone nonetheless. McDonough up to Rick Nash. Nash still has the puck, circles around, trying to find a partner, and he finds Strawman, who goes down low, and Stepan is unable to get the puck there, and Bernier stops it as well. Nash back to Strawman. Stepan back to Strawman, who takes a slap shot, rebound. Oh, wow. The net goes off its moorings, but Rick Nash had a great opportunity to bat that puck out of midair. I think if he was able to get that one in the back of the net, it would have been ruled high sticking, but nonetheless, that would have been a great goal. But still, 2:07 left in the 5-minute major to Carl Gunnarsson. Bozak unable to win the draw. Zuccarello takes a quick shot, Stahl takes a shot, and that one's stopped by Bernier. Back to the point, Stahl. Over to McDonough, who takes a shot, and that's covered up by Bernier. Franzen shoving a bit with Zuccarello in front. But Bernier has been solid. However, he did let up 2 weak ones. It's weird. He stopped the hard chances, yet let up 2 squeakers. In my opinion, they're squeakers at least. But now Richards steals the puck from Riley, but is stopped. In front, Zuccarello, and a nice stop. 1:10 left in the power play. Hagelin coming down the side. Loses the puck, regains control. Riley fighting for it. But now Brad Richards. Richards back to the point. Stahl takes a wrist shot. And that's stopped by Bernier. And Morgan Riley will dump. McDonough gets intercepted. Van Riemsdyk misses the net on the one-timer. A glorious short-handed chance for James Van Riemsdyk, and he puts it wide. That would have been a sure goal if he could have got it on target. But the power play is now over, and with 10 minutes left in the second, the Leafs have got to get some offense going. They only have 4 shots in this game, and somehow have beaten Henrik Lundqvist with one of them. Stepan over in front, and a nice stop by Bernier. St. Louis steals it and gets the shot away, but it's stopped by Bernier. Clarkson tries to send it out front to Kadri, but is unable to get it. Excuse me. St. Louis trying to find an outlet for a pass. Still trying to find an outlet. Retreats back to his own zone. And now passes up to Rick Nash. Nash hit hard along the boards by Dion Phaneuf. But now Boland takes a shot, and that's stopped by Lundqvist. Franzen takes a quick shot, and that's stopped by Lundqvist. Klein dumps it around to Benoit Pouliot. Pouliot up to Brassard. Brassard over to Klein, and now up, and that's off the mark, and icing as Cody Franzen touches up. A nice opportunity there from Boland. Unable to get the backhander around Lundqvist, who came out to cut down on the angle. Fourth line out for the Leafs, trying to cause some momentum. Bodie is in this game in place of Colton Orr, as I think the Leafs were trying to get some more offense out of this game, as Chris Kreider destroys Morgan Rielly. And now it's a one-on-one. Gardner. Nice defense from Jake Gardner. Whacks it out in front to McClement, who was unable to get there. Kevin Klein will now dump. And Kreider's the first one to get to that one. And the shot is stopped by Bernier. Hagelin out in front. And rebound scores! Derek Brassard scores off of the Kevin Klein slap shot. And it is 3-1 Rangers now. Brassard from Kevin Klein and Carl Hagelin. Bernier lets up a second rebound goal. And I'm not sure about Bernier, but he's had a great game so far. Well, I wouldn't say great, but a good game so far. He just has had bad rebound control and was unable to stop one short side. But it's now 3-1. And Franzen takes a shot from center ice, and that's gloved by Lundqvist. But 3-1 Rangers. Leafs were looking to have a better opening game. Boland wins the draw. Franzen fakes the slap shot. Cody Franzen circling around. Back to Phaneuf. His shot is blocked to Franzen, and the awkward angle is stopped. Lundqvist dives out, and what a save! Now Kuhlman loses the puck. Boland short rebound. Oh my! And now that's the end of the period. Holy cow. Oh, what a stop on Mason Raymond there. Oh my gosh. Lundqvist dived out to try to swat the puck away. McDonough took it. Got it poked away by Kuhlman. But wow. As you see here, dives back and gets his pad on it. But only one goal in that period, and that came from Brassard off of the Bernier rebound. It is 3-1 Rangers. Welcome back to the third and most likely final period of today's game. The Leafs have been unable to get much offense going so far. Very few shots. Their best opportunity, besides the goal that they scored off of their power play by James Van Riemsdyk, came at the end of the last period. But we're underway here in the third as Franzen dumps it. McDonough up to St. Louis. Martin St. Louis taking it himself, looking for a partner, out in front to Nash. Rick Nash unable to get the slap shot away, and now Kessel on the turnaround. Kessel takes a shot, rebound, unable to be buried by Van Riemsdyk. And whoa, what's going on here? Phaneuf came racing in, but I guess it was just to say a few words and not to start anything. But a nice shot there from Kessel, and Van Riemsdyk was just a fraction of a second too short to get to that puck and make it a 1-goal game. Kadri loses the draw, but now Clarkson gives the puck away. Passes off to Mark, and Bernier comes out, loses it, and Brad Richards is blocked. That was a weird play from Bernier. Looks like he raced out a little too late, but now Clarkson cuts in, takes a shot, and that's, wow, what a blocker save from Lundqvist there. Hagelin over to Richards, up to Kreider, back to Girardi. Girardi up to Kreider, and that was off the mark. Kuhlman up to Kadri. Nazem Kadri skating around and loses the puck. Will he be able to get it? No, Pouliot gets it, and there's going to be a penalty called on Kadri. It's going to be for high sticking, I bet. Kreider loses the puck. It'll be 2 minutes for high sticking. Yes, I was correct. Kadri went for the stick lift to get the puck back, and Pouliot got his face in the way of that one, I guess. And Kadri will go off. 2 minutes for high sticking. The Leaf penalty code comes out again. Bozak and Van Riemsdyk will start it off this time. And Bozak was the draw, but Van Riemsdyk gives it away right away. Stall to St. Louis, and his shot is off the mark. Step on. Over to McDonough. To Nash. To St. Louis. Sorry, there was a pass in between there to McDonough. But now rebound. And now step on. Over to McDonough, who takes a soft shot, and that's blocked by his own man. And now intercepted by Bozak, and Bozak on the counterattack. Stops. Continues, and loses the puck. St. Louis. Cross ice to Rick Nash. Nash gets destroyed by Cody Franson, but the Rangers still have the puck. Now intercepted by Gleason, who's been quite silent in today's game. But now McDonough to Mark Stahl. Now to Rick Nash. Nash. Deking. And his shot is stopped by Bernier. Now McDonough. Ryan McDonough retreating behind his own net. Up to Mark Stahl. Up to Nash. And the pedal play is over for the Rangers. 0 for 3 with a 5-minute major in there. Cody Franson misses the puck out in front of the net. Stopped by Bernier. Now Nikolai Kuhlman. Cutting inside Deekson, a nice shot, but that's stopped by Lundqvist. Now back to Franson, who takes a shot. Rebound is covered up by Lundqvist. 7:54 left. Do the Leafs have anything left that they could possibly throw at Lundqvist to potentially salvage this game 1? And that save by Bernier could keep the Leafs in this one. As mentioned before, Bernier has been solid with the exception of now 3 squeaker goals. But now McClement back to the point, and that's intercepted by Kreider. Kreider on the 2-on-1. 3 Leaf back checkers. Stopped, and goal. That's his 4th goal against. And that's another squeaker. Had a huge piece of that one. Chris Kreider scores unassisted. And how on earth did Bernier not stop that one? He got 95% of that one. And still somehow it went in. And Bernier not having the best of returns. It'll be interesting to see if Randy Carlyle will start him in the next game. Whether he will have trust in his number 1, who was great all year. Won the Turk Brodo Award, or will he be looking to the man who salvaged the end of the season and got the Leafs in the playoffs, James Reimer, but now Kuhlman. His pass is intercepted by Mike Richards, Brad Richards. Back to McDonough, who gets destroyed by Kuhlman. 4 minutes left in the game. Behind the net, gets destroyed. That was Zuccarello, who broke his stick on the play as well. Brad Richards, not Mike, Brad. And now Kreider, who came off the bench, passes to McDonough. Ryan McDonough up to Chris Kreider, who gets hit. Van Riemsdyk retreating to steal the puck, is unable to do so. Stahl, his shot is stopped by the broken stick from Zuccarello. Now Pouliot with a minute left. Stahl takes a low shot, and that's blocked. Now Phil the Thrill Kessel dekes outside, takes a quick shot, and that's wide. That's the second time Kessel's put a shot wide in a glorious opportunity. Now Bozak. Tyler Bozak taking it himself. Tries to go to the backhand, but that's stolen by Stepan Nash. With 30 seconds left. One final change for the Leafs, bringing up the second line. Nash. Cross ice to St. Louis. Now to Klein. Back to St. Louis. Up to Stepan. Derek Stepan. His dump is blocked. But now Nash tries to deke and score. The MSG crowd is going crazy. Kadri takes a slap shot, and that's wide. Klein with 5 seconds left. Ranger fans on their feet. And the New York Rangers have won Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Round 1 action. 4-1 in commanding fashion. All 4 goals, though, could have been stopped by Bernier. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Randy Carlyle will do. 2 rebound goals. One that squeaked through the arm of Bernier. And one that snuck through short side. But I'd like to thank you for watching today's game. And stick around afterwards to see what happens in the next games. And so I'll see you there for that. So in Game 2, let's see what we will be able to do. And Brad Richards scores quickly on Jonathan Bernier to make it a 1-0 game. We give up a couple power plays. And Brad Richards scores his second of the period. We get a power play, but are unable to connect. It's 2-0 now for the Rangers. Will we be able to get anything? Another power play for the Rangers. We get a power play to end of the second. Now it's the third. Will we be able to salvage this game? No. St. Louis gets a power play goal. Instead of 3-0. 5 minutes left. Hey, we get a power play goal. Phil Kessel. And St. Louis gets an empty netter. 4-1 final in Game 2. In Game 3, Randy Carlyle has decided to start James Reimer. And right away, Bozak scores on Lundqvist to make it a 1-0 game. Our first lead of the series. Broussard quickly gets a goal. But now Raymond gets a goal. 2-1. An eventful first period. Quiet second so far. Nothing much going on. And Bozak scores the second of the game. A power play goal. 3-1. Now 3-2. Hagelin gets a power play goal. So 3-2. Will we be able to hold on? Kadri gets a power play goal. Now Bozak gets his hat trick. 5-2. And it looks like putting in Reimer was the right decision as we win Game 4, right? No, Game 3 at home, 5-2. Now Game 4, it is 2-1 for the Rangers in the series. Will we be able to bring this one back to 2-2? Scoreless first. Power play for the Rangers, a power play for us. Still going. Halfway through the game now. 2 scoreless periods, and Stepan breaks the deadlock with a power play goal. We have a nice power play chance, but that's not too good as Dan Girardi now scores. 2-0, and that will be the final. We left Reimer out to dry there, and so the next episode will be Game 5, where we are on the brink of death. Will James Reimer be able to keep us in this? Or will we be heading out in Game 5? Find out in the next episode. Goodbye.